Hello, welcome to Livin, Vida, Lockdown, the online comedy chat show hosted by me, Rob Mulholland. I hope you're very well. I hope you've had a really exciting weekend. Lots of fun. Enjoy your 20 minutes exercising. Isn't it brilliant? I've fully gone mad this weekend. But to cheer me up and you, I'm dead excited about this one today. Just got a couple of really really good mates on today. These are guys that I have known for proper long time in comedy. I really love these guys, so it's going to be a good one today. To my side, we've got Raul Kohli. How you doing, mate?
Hello, I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good, lad. Good to see you, bud. And below me, we've got Handley. How you doing, mate?
Hello, mate. I'm very well.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you. No, it's let's say Raul is probably Raul I met at my proper first gig.
Was that the Great Yorkshire Fringe semi-final?
Great Yorkshire Fringe semi-final. I had done, the thing is, I had a weird false start. I did a few gigs at uni about 10, 15 when I was 18. Then I stopped for 7 years. And then when I started comedy properly, Raul was at my first bloody gig. So there we go.
Was it good, Raul?
Carrying that hay bale of tobacco.
Yeah, he turned up with a pouch of tobacco, honestly, this big, of just the driest foreign tobacco. And yeah, I was going to beat him.
Nice.
No, I postcoded it to fuck, man. It was in the next town over from where I was. I'd grown up. I definitely had some mates in the audience. It wasn't a fair competition.
Fair play.
Yeah, I tried the fucking Eurovision, mate.
He's robbed.
Yeah.
So, where are you guys at the moment? Where are you locked down?
In London. In
Mate, such a bad place to be.
It's not too bad. I've been cycling around the city centre, which is incredible.
I bet.
With no car.
Oh, wow.
It's awesome, man. It's a good place to be. I mean, it's quite expensive to be here. Typically, the reason to live in London is you live in a small little shoebox, but you get to explore a nice big city. But now it's just a shoebox. It's really expensive shoebox, which is a bit annoying.
Who are you with in your lockdown? Who's you got housemates?
My friend and his wife.
I like the way you had to check this, how serious that relationship was then.
I almost said girlfriend.
Not his flatmate. What is it? His wife.
Yeah. It's wife now.
Yeah, top tier,
I
man.
should do that.
So is it all right though?
Yeah, Sam, man. I've got my Xbox. I bought an Xbox as soon as this started. I haven't played games for 8 years since I started comedy. And then as soon as this happened, I was like, fuck it, getting an Xbox. Straight back in.
Yeah, I did the same thing, man. I basically set up my computer to be able to game and for this, my last weekend's worth of gigs went into equipment because I'm gonna be fucking bored. And I'm the same. I don't really play computer games normally because I'm too addictive with them. So I will lose a week. But now, if I go on Tropico and lose a week building a fucking island, brilliant.
Yeah, what are you talking about? What game is that?
Oh, Tropico 6 is what I've been streaming at the moment. Basically, you play. It's like Civilization or City Skylines. Where you build a city and that functions. But it's you are a dictator of a tropical island. So yesterday, I nearly bankrupted the nation because I spent so much on hitmen to assassinate protesters.
Nice.
It's a great game. It's really good fun.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've almost exclusively been playing Call of Duty Warzone.
Oh, fucking hell. Full on incel game, that.
I mean, it's great. You're just fucking shooting people constantly. It's fucking sweet.
I can't be doing with shooters, man. There's always some nerd who's way too good, and there's some 13-year-old child who just headshots me from a mile away as soon as I start.
So what you're saying is you can't deal with losing, bro?
Yeah, I can deal with losing. But not
I can't deal with losing.
Children.
What have you got me? A military dictator game.
Not to children and not to French children, right?
Oh, yeah. I get rinsed like the Germans, man, every time.
Yeah. And they're too good. The kids are too good. Their reflexes are too good. I can't compete with them. It's not that I don't mind. Look, I don't love losing. I am competitive. But I can handle losing as long as it's not
happened to you
constantly.
Basically, because doing Call of Duty when you first start, it's you get so heavily rinsed by people, and it's a soul-crushing rinsing that you get, compared to Like you don't even get lucky kills. You just get
dead. Yeah, it's insane. It's like being an open spot comedian. It's the same thing.
But every time you die, you go in the green room and all the other acts just get to fucking lib you. Just tear apart your set, say how shit it was, and inexplicably be racist and sexist.
God, I miss green rooms.
Oh, good, yeah. What's good about Call of Duty, right, is when you murder people, what it does is if they're wearing a microphone, it'll send you a little snapshot of what they said directly after you murdered them.
Oh, that's good.
So, like, I'll shoot people, and then you just hear some Northern go, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" Like that, and it just bursts onto your screen. That's probably you.
Yeah, this is it, man. And this is it. I think this is why I get bullied on these games. I get targeted because I think I say weird shit when I get murdered. Like I'll just be like, "Oh, fucking Jesus, titty in the asshole," and like people are like, "Ha, that's a funny guy to kill."
Yeah. It's so much fun.
Have you been gaming it all, Roslyn?
Like the computer game thing is just like, because you can't go out, can you?
No, that's kind of the point,
play
mate.
A computer game, and it's like I played Grand Theft Auto 5 and that, and just going around a city. Like,
mate, I've been playing Truck Simulator just because I miss driving on motorways.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Your simulation on Tropico 6, Rob, sounds like the future of Richard Branson's life.
Mate, I've been slightly more ethical on my tropical island than him.
Not asked for any bailouts from the British government.
No, I haven't, mate. I actually went to war with the Brits. I wasn't fucking having it. Like, look, mate, I stand firm. I've got a socialist utopia I have built, right? It is a wonderful country where you have everything provided to you that you need, but if you dissent, I will murder you instantly.
Nice.
It's, mate, I'm getting some real like vibes at me because, like, right, as a heterosexual white man, I have the urge to conquer within me. That is deep within me. So I can get this out.
Why did you go to war with Britain?
Well, they were just being dicks about trade. I think they underpaid me on a cotton deal. Right. I'm not like I shouldn't be in charge of things. It's great, like, you know, like having a consequence-free place to just play out my most horrible ideals. It's wonderful.
I'm happy with just Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, like I love GTA to be fair. But
stabbing prostitutes will do by me. I don't need to go to the levels of like murdering entire
Yeah, I'm basically on genocides at this point. Like I've stepped up, mate. I've got desensitized to the one-on-one murders. I need to take out whole populations.
Do you think like dictators are just the like arena comic equivalent of serial killers? Right?
Do you reckon
they're just so fucking into it that they're like, I need to conquer a country so that I can get my numbers up, my 8 million head or whatever, you know? Because no one says that, no one calls them serial killers, but maybe that's all they are. Maybe they're just pro serial killers.
Do you reckon like serial killers sit around and like call Lenin a hack? Oh, he's just hanging everyone. Yeah. He's got there's no invention. Where's your
mainstream?
Yeah, where's your murder weapon? Where's your, where's your signature? There's no soul in his murders. Like, put him in a teapot or some shit like Damo does.
Did Damo do that?
I don't know. One of them. Like, I think
I don't like that side of life.
Nah, mate. I'm
serial killer documentaries and shit.
I'm not a woman with a troubling relationship to an older male relative, so I'm not super into serial killers. Right. No, like just like it does skew heavily towards women, but like I get a bit done with all like killer and paedophile documentaries and stuff. I love documentaries, but like I like ones that aren't just about a murderer or a rapist, and that is 90% of them now, innit? Tell you which one can fuck off. Did you see? Did either of you two see Don't Fuck with Cats?
No, I refuse.
No.
Right. Well, don't bother. Right, I'll spec like it's obviously it's grim. It's a Netflix like murder documentary, but the guy only killed one person. Right, he killed a few cats, but he only killed one person. How are you getting a documentary? Exactly. How are you getting a fucking documentary off murdering one person?
Oh, I thought it was because they tracked him down rather than because he was a good murderer.
Yeah, like they did track him down, but you know, like
I thought it was more about the people doing the tracking. I haven't even seen this shit. Just
I know you have analysed it a lot better than I did, and I watched it.
How much as people love cats,
I really like cats,
as opposed to how severe the killing was.
Yeah, well, this is it. But the amount of effort they went to track down a guy who killed 2 cats, and like,
I agree with that. I think they should do that. People who kill cats can fuck off.
Well, yeah, like, you know, I don't think they're great, but like, I think killing people is worse.
It's fair.
It depends to what reason.
What reason you've killed a cat?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like you can never really kill a cat in self-defense. You know what I mean? You kill a person in self-defense, but you kill a cat in self-defense, you're very weak and a bit weird.
Fucking
What if it's
hashtag not all cat killers.
What if it's in defense of your allotment? You know, like cats like always dig up my plants and that, don't they? Like every time I tried to plant something in Brighton, cats would dig them up. I considered getting a vacuum bag, I'll be honest with you. That's a reference you won't get to the show. I apologise.
What did he do? Did he put them in bags?
Yeah, like, you know those like bags that you like store clothes in where you put your Hoover
Oh,
on
no.
it? Yeah, man. Yeah, it wasn't.
He deserves to die. I'm glad he got caught. Did he die?
No,
Did
he
they
didn't
murder him?
die. He's in prison and he's very famous now, which is kind of exactly what he wanted. So.
Oh, he's famous. Why do people like him?
Well, they don't like him, but he got a Netflix show, and this is an insane guy. Like, this is a guy who
Is
just.
it his show?
No, it's not his show. It's not like, hey, welcome. He's not like got like a Marie Kondo thing where he like simplifies your life by getting rid of your pets.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't really count as his show, though. Is all I'm saying.
No, but I don't think he gives a shit. Like, he literally was just obsessed with people knowing him. This is the whole thing.
Right, okay.
He was just one of those sort of narcissists where, like, everything was about being known and fame and all this. So this is what I'm saying.
Guy who killed the cats.
The guy who killed the cats, yeah. He
Fucking weirdo.
He set up loads of like fake websites and linked to each other, and he had loads of fake profiles that were like fans of his, and like we talked about hundreds of profiles and like trying to build up this whole like image of him as a celebrity. We all know comedians like this.
In his defense, Rob, it's worked.
Yeah,
You are
that's what I'm
complaining
saying.
about the fact he's only killed one person.
This is what I'm saying.
A Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
It's not a Netflix special.
It's like we all know comedians who tour because they're good on social media, or you wouldn't trust to do a fucking 20.
But you would trust to kill a cat.
Yeah, I would, yeah. Yeah.
But I reckon that makes them a lot more rational than us. I reckon if you're like, do you know what I mean? Like, with the utmost respect, we're here not getting paid, and fucking if I'd murdered a cat or like argued for the flat Earth, I'd be having a Netflix special. Like, who's the fucking idiot here?
Yeah, like it does at times. Like I do like think like, you know, just being an absolute lunatic is such a good career choice now. Like it genuinely is. If you are like an obsessive mental about like if you're extreme on either side of politics, or if you just have some extreme thing that you're mental about, that is a career now. There's times where I wish I was racist. I wish I was as racist as my jokes. Right? I was like, because if I went like fully like alt-right, Jesus Christ, this shit online would be so easy. I'd have thousands of followers. I just need to go online and go, people are stopping me from free speeching. So and then, you know, fucking millions of followers. Like
that's what I said about Lawrence Fox. I was like, if do you know what? Like, I wasn't that. I thought the guy with the turban in 1917 was pretty beautiful, because my granddad, being a turban wearing British soldier who was Indian born, like reminders of him, knowing that his story gets passed down the legacy. But if it gets me on Good Morning Britain, Question Time, and The Tonight Show, like, fuck me granddad and his stupid fucking turban, it's political correctness shoved down my throat. I'm not having it.
It's all right. Yeah, you just got to pick a side though, man. You could be the ultra left one, but I think that one's hard. If you're like the ultra left wing comedian, you've got like it's very difficult, because even if you are like super woke, like it's really hard to always keep that standard, and like there's always a new standard, and like there's always a new word that actually you should think about the way you're using that. Psychopath is the one at the moment. Like,
it's just hard to be funny if you're like that.
Yeah,
it's just too busy trying to prove a point.
Yeah, this is it.
Then the audience has to go, well, do I agree with him? And it spoils the fun of the humor.
Yeah, for me, the fun of being a comedian isn't that we like, you know, it's just that we just fuck with everything. Like, I don't want to be on anyone's team. I just want to be in the middle, fucking poking holes in everything. Okay. You know, it's just our job to be a cunt, isn't it?
But I reckon the best comedians are. Like, they often, like, South Park, Bill Burr, fucking Glenn Wool, they'll fucking find themselves in the middle and poke holes at just fucking hypocrisy where they see it.
Totally. That's the comedian's position. That's sort of how I see our, like, job. Like, I don't, you know, I think if you pin your colours too firmly to a mast either side, firstly, you lose a lot of people that you can potentially talk to, and, like, it's more a case of, I don't know, it loses some of the... Because comedy's about surprise, and if you always know what someone's going to think, how can you be surprised by them?
It's a sort of predictable opinion, isn't it? If you're on too far on either side.
Yeah, if you've got this set of opinions that everyone has, because there are people where it's like, okay, I know what you think about everything. I can look at your haircut and I know all of your opinions. Like,
if you look at mine and Raul's haircuts, we already look like we've been quarantined for 5 years.
You
tell us about the outside world, Rob.
You two look like you run a cult together.
Boxers.
And Manchester United still Premier League champions.
I've turned into a full hermit, mate. Just sat in my bed reading.
Like, to Raul, you fully look like your best mate is a fucking volleyball at this point.
I was looking proper stylish and shit, mate. I'm Damo.
Well, no, look, you've got a little of that sort of like writerly sort of disheveledness about you.
That's what I was going for. Do you know what I mean?
That's what you're going for. I know that's what you're going for, which is why I said it. But like, you do look a little bit like you play tin whistle outside a closed down Woolworths.
Well, you never know. Now that comedy's out the window,
maybe that's a career now, isn't it?
The next career choice.
Dude, have you been out though? Like, because I've been on my bike rides around town. The homeless people are fucked, man.
Yeah.
There's just no one. Like,
I was talking to.
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Well, no one's got an income. They're not going to be. Look, we all have to take a pay cut at the moment, like from top to bottom. So I'm afraid it's time for them to step up. Like, I say this, like. They're not watching this. You need a computer. It's fine.
Yeah, in fairness, some of them have stepped up. There's been lots of muggings and like robberies at knife point in East London because
people are desperate.
Innovation and whatnot.
Yeah. Diversify, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go.
Are you in East
Vertical
London?
integration, I believe it's called.
Yeah, like whereabouts are you, Rowe?
Yeah, I'm Bounds Green, sort of. It's one stop away from Wood Green, 18 minutes from King's Cross, near
cool.
Tottenham. Very near Tottenham, pretty much Tottenham area. Like everyone around here is a Tottenham supporter. But I can't. I'm in like a box room that I'm subletting, and I can't afford it. So I'm going back to Newcastle in about 24 days.
Oh, fair.
No, I like the way it says in about.
You know what I mean?
In about 24. Yeah.
Why 24 days?
It's 20 days now. I've been 20 days. I'm leaving on the 24th. It's a bank holiday.
Nice, man.
Okay. Are you driving up? Are you getting train?
Driving. I got all my shit, Anna.
Oh, sound. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like, tell you what, after this, if the motorways aren't fucking fixed when we're out of lockdown, I am going to be fucking livid. Like, like if the M6 still has fucking potholes in it and lane closed, like, now is the time to fucking do it, lads. Like,
that's a fair point, man. There's so much that they could get on with now.
Infrastructure shit. Fix the potholes. Why are there still potholes in the fucking road? Like,
why is the A1 by Newcastle not a fucking dual carriageway?
Mate, fucking hell. Like, that one fucking does me in around there. Like, that whole section of road around Newcastle, right? Let's get into some specific, boring, middle-aged man comedian bullshit now.
All your Truck Simulator fans are going to be fucking buzzing,
mate, they're going to be all over this. They're, like, leaning forward in their chairs, like,
Speak
yes.
the truth!
Mate.
This is the politics I came for.
All that road around fucking Newcastle is dog shit. And, like, what's right? The amount of roadworks that are always there. I once, two specific examples coming back from Newcastle. Once, they closed the A1 and the A19 in between Newcastle and Leeds on the night Leeds played Newcastle in the Cup, right? They closed both of the roads. There's the only roads. And I had one once where, like...
Rob, they do that all the time, and I genuinely reckon the council are fucking nuts. Like, in Newcastle, they never have any money for the homeless or anything like that, but they seem to have the money to dig up every perfectly functional roundabout and replace it with a fucking crystal maze. And I genuinely reckon what happens is every single fucking night, the council, all the workmen, all the labourers will step out, they close the road, they go on the A1, they go on the A19, and they go, like, you will start a dual carriageway at night then. And they, after fucking 6 hours deliberation, just go, nah, we'll leave it.
It's fucking madness, man. Like, are they doing that? Do you know? Does anyone do either of you know if that's happening? That they're fixing
genuinely, I think Dominic Cummings wants it to happen because he's from the northeast and he fucking hates it. But I think it's just basically one of them things that's been on the pipeline for ages. But the actual, like, the debilitation it would cause for the next 5-6 years or whatever in terms of getting in and out of Newcastle.
Just do it
It's
now.
too great a cost that
Do it
every
now.
government looking for a 4-year election goes,
Yeah.
nah, fuck that.
It's the problem with that, man. It's a problem with democracy. Like, you can't do long-term planning.
Governments are myopic. We need a Putin throwing fucking doctors out the window. That's what we fucking need. You see that?
Wow, a brave stance at the moment to be pro throwing doctors out of windows. You know, not like he's not out applauding on Thursdays, is he?
I just think it's fashionable, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's stylish. Like, when it comes to suppressing dissent, that's mafioso. Like, it's not putting people in camps and hiding it from the press. Throwing people out of a window, that's a message.
It's a power move. It's definitely like, if you can throw someone out of the window and have no comeback, you can do fucking anything.
Can
Just,
you do it in your
yeah,
game,
just he
Rob?
fell, I swear.
What do you say, Jay?
Can you do it in your game?
I'm just thinking about this, to be honest. Yeah, I'm hoping I can find a way. I'm hoping there's a defenestrate
It must
button.
be like a prestige execution mode or whatever, like because
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un shoots people with aircraft rifles or whatever.
Aircraft
dogs.
rifles? What? So like
Yeah,
the anti-aircraft
like that.
guns?
It was like
Yeah,
an
he used the anti-aircraft missile to kill a traitor.
Fuck, man! Like, and I'm obsessed with North Korea. I'm surprised I've not heard that story. Like, I've got literally like one of those books on the shelf behind there is a book of North Korean posters, and that poster I made is based on one. Like, I fucking love it.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. You
Yeah.
had your Edinburgh poster was a bit North Korean.
It was. It led to a couple of people who
Two
came.
things.
What? Oh.
What's
No,
happening?
no, go on. I was going to say two things, but you go on.
No, go for your two things, mate. You just lagged for a second. That's all it was.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So two things. One, do you know that weed is decriminalized? It's actually legal in North Korea.
No shit.
Really? They just can't get it.
And my mate, who was in South Korea during a fucking exchange year at his university, like nearly went to jail for fucking like years in South Korea because on his last day there, he got drunk and he climbed the flagpole in the middle of his campus and took the flag down and put it in his room. And like the next morning, 9 a.m. on the dot, fucking like the fucking head of the union security was like, right, you need to come to this office now. Came, he was like, hello. You're like, can you just watch that? He was like, yeah. And he just watched the CCTV of himself drunk climbing this flagpole and nicking it. And he goes, right, that's damaged. You're in a lot of trouble. If you can bring me that back within the hour, you're in no trouble whatsoever. He's like, why is it so important? I'm really sorry. He's like, yeah, that's the flag we got at the end of the Civil War to denote to denote that peace was in South Korea and North Korea. It's a really, really valuable fucking part of our history, and you just stolen it. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll bring that back. Yep, no,
Yeah,
don't worry.
yeah.
Don't worry.
Nice.
Fucking hell. Yeah, that is not nicking a traffic cone, is it?
Nah, it's a bit different in, demilitarized zones.
Yeah, I reckon they're quite serious about that sort of shit as well. Like, it doesn't look that much of a laugh, the Korean Wars.
Yeah. Well, it's like the equivalent of like when you see people here on like them carnage, them pub crawls, and they're like accidentally piss on like a war memorial.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's a comedian who once accidentally pissed on a mosque. I'm not going to mention their name. Like,
Name and shame.
no, I will name and shame after the show privately to you. I will say they have
Yeah,
been on this
always.
show. They have been on this show.
It's definitely easy to piss on a mosque by mistake.
Yeah,
I lived in Borsal Heath in Birmingham, which is like fully Muslim. Mate, like you see fucking things that look like shoe shops and they've got like a print out fucking sign saying mosque and stuff like that.
like this one.
Mosques in the Muslim community, man.
This one was pretty mosky, I would say.
Did it have the big
Mosque.
It had like the towers and everything. Like,
Marionettes.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So like it was like this was a mosque, but like the problem was like it was a big wall, and you had to look up to see that. So it's just like walking down an alley, basically. Stops for a piss, and then I didn't. Well, I noticed immediately, and my response was to video it. So I just got a video zoomed right out of this mosque and then just focused in on them pissing.
That
Absolutely.
could go wrong out of context, dude.
Well, this was it.
Yeah,
like,
mate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like look, don't get me wrong, but the WhatsApp with that particular comedian, if that ever became public, that would be the least of my fucking worries. Like it's been that is not a thing that can ever happen to me, man. I've got a lot of stuff that out of context would fucking sink me. Oh well,
Right,
a lot of it's
hold
been
on,
on this
Jay.
podcast.
Are you in any of these like WhatsApp groups that comedians and often groups of friends just tend to have, where they just say the most horrific, politically incorrect shit? Are you a member of any of these groups?
Not like that's the specific vibe of the group, but certainly almost every group I'm in contains that from time to time.
Yeah. It's
Like,
what
there's something about a WhatsApp group that people just they let go, don't they, of their inhibitions.
Yeah, WhatsApp is like that. That's what that's for. It's like it's the dirty, dark place. It's like that's where you're like, yeah, the fucked up shit goes on WhatsApp.
Yeah. The weird ones. Do you ever get like where you got
still,
like,
I don't know if I trust it.
Like where you got like a kind of loose acquaintance, and then you don't really talk to them much. They're just some Facebook friend, but then they turn out to be one of those people who like sending every fucker on their message list like weird porn and fucking nonsense and stuff.
Yeah.
You just, why is this guy messaging me? Oh, it's a fucking penis. Oh, nice. Cheers, man.
Are you friends with any on Facebook with any like white guys in their 60s or 70s? Because like,
mate,
they love sending like videos of horrific shit and like, or just like a bloke in a pub telling a joke, and it's like some not fucking joke, and it's got 4 million views. I'm like, why would I want to see this? This has just pissed me off. Like old men, like old white men, just fucking love sending shit memes. It's totally just their thing, yeah. And like horrible porn all the time. Like, it's just getting bummed on a Segway. Brilliant. That is literally one I've been shown by an old white man.
I've got one, but used to like I've got a real soft spot for him because he like used to sort of like almost babysit me when I was young. But that is 60-plus-year-old, like absolutely batshit Geordie man. I don't want to go into too much detail because it's unlikely he'll come across the podcast, but you never know. But you just keep sharing loads of racist memes and jokes with us. Just like, you used to look after us, know your audience. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like racist, like
the most
specifically racist. Like, are they racist against Asian people, or is it just like, are you like think you might be like it?
In fairness,
Maybe
sometimes they're not. Sometimes you'll just share a meme and it'll be like string Jeremy Corbyn and Diane Abbott up by their balls. And what the fuck? And then other times it'll be like, I went in the benefits office, I couldn't get any, but there was loads of like refugees, and I wasn't allowed any benefits because I was English. So I asked if I could get benefits for my dog, and she was like, "You can't get benefits for your dog." And I'm like, "Why? He's brown. He licks his arse all day and he stinks. He's just like the rest of the people in here." Just like, what?
Wow.
He used to babysit us, so good lad.
To be fair, at that point, you did sit around licking your ass all day and you did stink when you were a baby.
Very true.
You know, maybe that's his only experience. Maybe you're the only brown person he's ever met, and it was only when you were one. Right, and that has been his whole. He's like, these guys are really inconsiderate. He didn't once ask if I wanted a cuppa. I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
In fairness, he was lovely to us. I just don't think he has, that degree of wherewithal or self-awareness to really realise what he's doing.
Well, I think
that bad shit.
Like Jay, you'll be from an area similar to this as well. I think where like we'll all know people who are genuinely like decent people and like nice on a personal level to people that they meet, whose opinions are just racist as fuck.
Oh, dude, we have that all the time. Like in Birmingham, me and Mark Cram, you know Mark Cram.
Yeah, good mate.
Like, we were in this is years ago. We were in this gig, which was in this shitty pub in an industrial area of Birmingham called Digbeth. And
called Birmingham.
Gig, there was no gig, no one turned up. What was that?
Called Birmingham.
Oh, very good. Oh, yeah. So no one turned up. So we were just hanging out in the pub. And then the barman started smoking. And we were like, dude, you can smoke in here. And he's like, oh, yeah, we just ignore the rules around here. And so we immediately were like, well, we've got to smoke. I hadn't smoked for like 3 years at that point.
But you've got to take that opportunity, innit?
With a pint. So we had this wicked time hanging out with this landlord, smoking cigarettes, drinking pints, chatting, having a great time. And then we said, see you later, man. And then on our way out, he just went, yeah, make sure no blacks jump out on you on the way home. It was just like, fucking hell. The last thing he says.
Wow, that's your leaving present. Yeah, like it's been a constant experience of my life, like, living in the north. And like just being in general.
I've got
Go for it, Raul.
I got a couple of really funny stories of racism from the match.
Oh, aye.
One was so I was like walking home after we'd lost. Everyone was in a foul mood. I had my headphones in. And there was like a father and like really young child walking behind us. Like, I can't remember what I think the kid said something like, there's a coloured man in front of us. And his dad was like, how, man, you can't call him colour, don't be saying stuff like that. And then like the kid just looked up and went, well, what about that time them lads drove by in the car and shouted Man Uniteders? And you went, you fucking packy bastards. And then I just turned around, pulled my headphones out and was like, hello? And this guy just looked at me with horror on his face, looked back at the kid and just went, you see, man, you talk so fucking loud, kids with headphones in there, hear you, man. I just walked away. I was like, I don't want any part of this.
Wow, yeah, like that's going to be a conversation. There's
the other one was
you're not
a
going to
football match.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, I was at a football match and I was watching Newcastle play Arsenal. And Shola Amiobi put in a bad challenge on Adebayor. And you've got to bear in mind, it's very important that Shola Amiobi put in the bad challenge, right? Because Adebayor gets up, there's all in uproar. And then Shola goes to shake Adebayor's hand. And Adebayor rejects the handshake. St. James's turns up. I'm sat at the back of the Gallagher. Everybody starts screaming at Adebayor. But there's one guy about 2 seats to the left of me. I sit about 1 seat away from the stairs. 2 seats to the right of me, sorry. I'm one seat on the right of stairs. He's 2 seats to the right of me. And he just gets up and goes, oh, fuck off, man, Adebayor. Go eat a banana, you black bastard. Everyone just turns and looks at him. Then again, everyone turns and looks at me. I just look at him. I'm not going to say anything, mate. I'm shitting myself. I'm like 15. He just looks at me again with horror, guilt, fear on his face and just goes, it's about the 30th minute, walks all the way to the other set of stairs, and I've never seen him for the rest of the season.
Wow. Man, like I have only ever at Leeds seen like one like overtly like sort of like monkey chant once from one guy. He was like this. I confronted him. I was dead proud, but I was also stood with loads of mates who all knew me. Like I had a season ticket there. I knew everyone in the stand. He was like the only person around who I didn't really know. So so I felt pretty fucking brave. But yeah, I called him out on it, and like yeah, he was like a Polish guy. I think he was like a tourist. It was like, oh, this is what you do at the English football. It's like nah, we've moved on, mate. We've moved on. If you have a look, quite a lot of black guys on our team.
Yeah, it's always a shock, that one.
Yeah, it is weird, man. When you just see like proper like old school racism like that, where it's just like, out, yeah. I don't know, man. Like hopefully the racists will all get COVID. There we go. It should be sorted, shouldn't it?
You think so, wouldn't you? But they do smoke usually, so they're probably protected.
Well, like it's like yeah, like apparently that helps now. Way to go, cigarettes.
Yeah, how come that helps?
Boy.
That doesn't make sense.
No, I think what I've heard, and bear in mind, anyone watching this should take this with a massive pinch of salt. This is what
chain 50 a day if you want to not get COVID.
Like never listen to comedians about anything, especially this. But like I've definitely seen some shit where it was like, oh, nicotine can help with it. I don't think they mean like smoke fags, but like I don't know. No one knows anything, do they?
So apparently, what the crack is that they did a French study where they found that seem to think that there's something in nicotine that means you're more likely or you're less likely to pick up the disease. However, if you do smoke and you do get it, your lungs will be so damaged that like you're fucked. Like you're really going to get a severe case of it.
There you go. So yeah, smoking.
I'm Indian. You can trust my medical advice.
You're an Indian who disappointed his family, though. Like...
Oh, very much so. Very much so. Yeah. That's why I live in a single bed in London illegally as an economic immigrant. The whole thing they did to make sure I didn't do this, and now I'm flat out broke and have to go home and face their
Is this how you're
shit.
moving house? Are you just going to cling to the bottom of a lorry?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly that, mate. Throw all the stuff on the back and cling to the back.
Like, Jay, have you taken off like a hobby or anything during this? Are you doing anything different?
Fucking computer games is the only real thing. Just Call of Duty. Because I stopped playing computer games so I could like be sensible and work on comedy. Obviously, paid dividends. And, but I've been like good in that because I was addicted to him when I was younger, and then with this, I'm just like, fuck it, this is the best thing to do. So I just played loads of Call of Duty. doing a little bit of music and that. I've got me piano and stuff, so got a bit more time for that. I'm reading as well. I don't know.
Wow.
I'm reading fucking The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky at the moment.
Wow, you're going top shelf, man. Like I
need whatever I'm reading to make me feel like I'm going to be smart for reading it.
Yeah, I did a lot of that, man. Like, I'm the same. Like I don't read as much as I used to. Like, but like when I was like at uni and that, like I didn't have a telly because like I couldn't afford one. But a library was free, so like I just read loads. And like I tried. I was like, right, if I'm gonna do this, I might as well try and get really well read. The Russian literature usually did for me, man. It was too convoluted. I liked French existentialism. I got into that. Yeah, because it's short. Sartre is only like most 300 pages of a man just staring at paintings and feeling sad. I can do that.
Yeah. All the Camus books are pretty small.
Nothing. Yeah. My favorite book is L'Étranger by Camus. It is, mate. It's my favorite opening line of a novel. My mother died today, or maybe yesterday. I don't remember. Beautiful.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if I want to be talking about on this. I think like me reading existentialism might harm my brand.
You've got to appeal to the kids.
Yeah.
So, the kids read these days? Do they even read anymore?
Yeah, I think kids are smart as fuck now, man.
Yeah, mate. You go on TikTok. All they're doing is making TikToks about Camus.
No, but like, there's more of everything now. So the smarter kids are smarter than they've ever been, and the dumber kids are dumber than they've ever been. It's like that. So like all the morons go on TikTok. I tried TikTok for a day because my mates were in my ear going, I'm blowing up on TikTok and getting loads of views. I just put stand up on there and I'm getting loads and loads of views. You should try it. And I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a go. I was on there for less than a day and I was like, all these fucking morons are doing me in and it makes me angry to be on this, so I'm not going to do it. Right, because it was upsetting me. It really does. There are people who've got millions of views on TikTok for lip syncing to stand up, and honestly, I hope every one of them gets the COVID. Like, fuck off. Like, there is nothing that is adding less value to the world. Like, lip syncing is already the shittest thing on earth. It's karaoke that involves less talent. Like, and there are only two jokes in lip syncing and miming and all that sort of shit. It's either, oh, isn't it funny? I'm white and I'm lip syncing to something black. Or it's, oh, isn't it funny? I'm a man and I'm lip syncing to a woman. Or vice versa. You know, that's all the joke you can do. It's shit. And honestly, like, if anyone who enjoys that as entertainment, I've got no time for as a human being.
Which Edinburgh show was that from, Rob?
But like,
good rant though. I agree with you. There's a bit of me because obviously you got to use the internet and that, but it's awful.
Yeah, a lot of the internet is awful.
It's like you got to win at something dreadful to be successful.
You just got to find the good bits, man. There's loads of the internet that's fucking great, and like, so I just stick to the stuff that I actually use. Like, I'm active on Twitter a lot because I like Twitter because it's great for jokes and comedy, and there's loads of that. And if you just don't follow politics people and people who like get involved in arguments too much,
I follow loads of comedians.
Yeah,
they're the worst people to follow. No offense to the viewers, obviously should follow us because we're brilliant, but. Like when you're a comedian, my whole social networks are all comedians, and it's the worst, dude. On Instagram, the amount of fucking stupid, dumb comedians' faces I've seen on my fucking Instagram, talking into their webcam, and that's my fucking feed. My girlfriend's feed, it's all like fucking art and pictures and beautiful scenery. Mine's just fucking one fucking guy's head after the next.
Right, this is why you got to.
We'll do the lockdown, guys.
Mate, I mute. I'll be honest. I mute heavily. Is the way I do that. I follow all my mates because I love them, and like some of them I don't even follow on like Instagram. Like I might love you, but I don't want to look at you. Like there's a lot of that. Like I've had a few comedians fall out with me because I unfollowed them on Instagram. It's like, I'm sorry, I just don't think you're fit. So. Because like my Instagram is a problem. I've been trying to make it better because I can't really use Instagram because it knows me and it knows my weaknesses and it just shows me troubled women's asses. All right, and like it's too distracting. And like if I go on like I've unfollowed most of them. There's about 4 I can't stand to lose. But like of the ladies who just like, you know, the Insta ladies, just like, you know, just every shot's in their bikini. It's great, but Like, if I go on the explore page, like where I go like look for new things, it's just women in their underwear. It's like it's all it shows me. And it's just like, I mean, yeah, I do like all this, but I'm trying to. So I've been trying to follow more like designers and artists and stuff like that. I'm trying to turn it round. I'm trying to do that because it can't be good for me.
No, that's it's just Instagram for pornography.
Yeah, but it's not even like for porn. It's not like I'm looking at it to have a wank. It's just like they're just like, you know, I like Instagram is for beautiful things, and these women are beautiful.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not like commenting though. I'm not one of those guys. Like,
oh, I see that. Yeah,
hon, you're so beautiful. What do you think is going to happen as a result of that? Like, they're going to slam into you.
Instagram nowadays is a dating app. It's the new Tinder.
Oh, mate, it totally is. It's like
when I'm talking to audiences, the amount of times I say, "How did you meet?" and they're like, "Oh, on Facebook or Instagram."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What are you on about? Did you know each other?" And they're like, "Nah, just message."
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? That's like.
Yeah, and like when you're like dating now, when I was like last single, this was still a thing. Like you swap Instagrams rather than like numbers. Like, so you just get each other's Insta and then you DM each other on there. Like, totally. Like, and it's great because you also like at the same time you get their phone number, you get photos of them in their bikini.
Yeah, it's weird.
You're like, oh, I can check up on that lovely stuff. Excellent, yeah.
It's so no. I had a bit about that years ago about Facebook. It's like, yeah, it used to be just you get a number, and now you're just asking someone can have all of your photographs and a list of your friends.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Yeah.
Too much shit. But people are open now, isn't it? Like, we're open on the internet in a way that I don't think any human being, the most fucking revelatory author or fucking vulnerable artist, is nowhere near as vulnerable as most teenage women on fucking Instagram.
Yeah, or
their life's fucking misery just with no craft. So
it's totally true. Or just like, you know, someone who's newly divorced when they're on Facebook. Fucking
hell, we've seen a few of those.
Oh Christ, yeah, the ones where they're doing really well after the divorce. It's all fine.
I love that. I love the ones where people just post the like a kernel of their paranoia. And it just comes out of nowhere, and they're like, just so you know, I know who my friends are. I know who is in the haters, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're a 47-year-old woman. No one even cares enough about you to hate you.
I love. Have you ever seen a joint account go into a singular one?
Oh, yeah, man. Because the joint account, that relationship.
That's a saga.
Yeah, because like the joint account, you're already teetering. If you're in a joint account, you are already on the fucking ropes in that relationship.
That is awful. I can't imagine a joint account. That's the worst thing.
Mate, like, just leave. Just leave. It's over. Yeah. It's over. If you can't be trusted to have an app on your phone, then that shit is done. Like, how could you trust that person?
Because have you ever been with someone, like, I've never cheated on anyone, and I've never gone out with anyone who cheated on me. Like,
I've never cheated.
To my knowledge. But, like, so when I meet people, you know, you meet those people and they're like, oh, yeah, my boyfriend cheated on me or my girlfriend cheated on me. We're back together now, and it's fine. But I can't get my head around that mentality of getting back together with someone who cheated.
I did, yeah, but the thing was, and like in hindsight, this made it worse. Thinking about it now, but I was very, very dumb when this happened, and I was also like not in a good way for a lot of reasons. But I got back together with basically I'd been with her for like, I think 5-6 years. We'd like lived together and everything, and we broke up. And then when we were like talking about getting back together and like all the shit in between, when we were talking about getting, she told me about a year in she cheated on me just after we moved in together. Oh. But it was so distant that I would like, you know what, we'll work it out. And like, it turned out that was a terrible, terrible choice and was entirely indicative of who she was as a person. And like, yeah, she just you know, just an awful, awful piece of shit, garbage human. So yeah, like, so yeah, it's not a good choice.
Up when you said that.
I just, you know what it was? I just thought about how much better my life is, and I just got absolutely delighted that I'm not having my soul sucked out of me by that vampiric cunt. Like, I am. I've got such a wonderful partner now, mate. I'm so happy. Life's good. Like, you know, I might be locked down, but she's delightful. So, you know,
quarantine as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man, like we're happy. It's good. Like, you know, like that part of it's really good. I'm really glad we're together. Like, you know, we lived together for a long time before this, so we know that we're good together. But like, she's fun, you know.
And you live in the north of England, so you're living in a house.
This is it, mate. We've literally
Very
moved 2
different.
months ago from Brighton. So I was in a tiny, tiny basement flat, like no natural light. It was damp. There was 2 rooms, right? So there's like the living room, kitchen room, and then there's the bedroom. And there was like the bathroom was like an ensuite with a shower, right? No bath or anything.
Yeah.
So like up here, I've been having baths. I've got, this is my office. This is the spare
It's
room.
very nice.
It's great.
Might I just say how I really like the way you've set up your background. And I believe the subtle out of focus effect that it has from being so far away really captures a better image for you on the screen.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers.
Well, I heard that before.
Someone's been paying attention.
That was just my inner feelings about it.
Mate, that's beautiful. That's beautiful that you've really come on there. Like, you know what? I just got a real pang of pride. Deep from my heart. For anyone who's wondering, I made a helpful YouTube video for comedians because they were all making very bad videos. So I made a little helpful video to make them make better videos. And yeah, you know, been paying attention, man. Thank you very much.
Nice, man. Yeah, it's good. I like as well because obviously you said it took a lot of thought and stuff to set up your background.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what thought went into it. Like the fuck off thing.
Yeah.
That seems to be like, that's to show you're an edgy geezer. Like,
yeah, I guess. And like, I'll be honest, I was on eBay, I saw that, it really made me laugh and I wanted it.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought it was really funny to have, like, because like loads of like YouTubers have like a neon sign in the background because it looks nice in the background, that blurry light.
Yeah.
So like, I was just looking at neon signs and like, you can get them dead cheap off eBay. And then I saw one that said "fuck off" and it really made me giggle. So that was it. I nearly, right, I'm quite tempted to save up. There's one that's like, it's too much money. I can't get it now. But in future, I quite want. There's one that's 120 quid and it's a giant pink spunking dick. So like that, I would very much go for.
You should get that. That's sensible. You can write it off.
Yeah, that is a work expense. Yeah, it's a business
Although
expense.
from now on, after this fucking self-employment support scheme, I'm never declaring any fucking expenses again in my life.
Yeah, mate. Hoisted by our own petard there, weren't we?
What a fucking stupid thing to do that was.
I know, man. Really been fucked there. I'm going to get about 50
I
quid.
realised I was fucked. When you start looking for a house, they only loan against your net, not your gross. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, man. Like everything works on your net. It's really difficult with like when I was like moving in here. Luckily, my girlfriend's like minted, so it wasn't an issue in the end. They were like, we don't care about you, basically. Like, if anything goes to shit, she can still pay for it, which is exactly what is happening right now. But yeah, like,
can you please do a video on how to get that sort of girlfriend, Rob?
Yeah. How to snare a posh girl? Yeah. You just got to be a lovable rapscallion.
Yeah, How to Be a Kept Man by Rob Mulholland. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Did she buy you that gaming chair?
No, she didn't, mate. She didn't. I invested in this again. Like, this was my just before the lockdown because like, I've got a bad back, so I needed to basically. Like, I had a chair that really hurt, so yeah. So I invested. I treated myself. It's fucking lovely.
It is cool. Like, I obviously see gaming chairs, and I wonder if they're good. Are they better than normal chairs?
Well, like, yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm reluctant to give this company a free advert, but yeah, like, it's.
I mean, only
it's really
78
good.
people will see this. From
well, this is true. Yeah, like, you know, well, I'm sure, like, but you know, they should still fucking give me a free chair. It's really, really good.
Is that what you're aiming for? Because getting like a sponsorship deal is the thing, isn't it, for the gamers and that?
Well, like, I've got like the thing was, I was speaking to some sponsors like for my podcasts. Various, like, I was starting a new thing before this, so like, yeah, but like with me it's like CBD and stuff like that, and like I really want to do it because I want to get sponsored by weed. It'd be sick. And like, I'm not that into that stuff though. Like, I will only ever do anything like that if I genuinely like the thing. I think that's important.
Yeah, you gotta be trustworthy. Like, what annoys me about all the Twitch stuff though is the like, so I failed my degree because of computer games. Like, and now you've got these children who are making. I've watched the fuckers, and like, they'll be playing their computer game, and then randomly someone will give them $500, and it's like they're already rich.
Yeah.
And someone gives them 500 quid.
It's crazy, man.
And I'm like, in what world does that make any sense?
Mate, it's crazy. People want to support people they enjoy on the internet. That's the beautiful thing about it. Like, you don't need to like chase money on the internet. Just chase doing things that you like, and then money will come. Like, it just does. People are just
That was lesson 8 on Rob Mulholland's.
No, it's fucking true. That I hope it's true anyway, because the money hasn't come for me. But like, it does. It does a bit though. It does, and like every now and again, there's like something like amazing. Like I had someone say like. I had someone send me some money, and I was like, I message everyone who does that because I think it's really fucking nice of them. So I messaged back like, mate, really appreciate this, but I'm giving my donations at the moment to the Trussell Trust to like help with like food banks at the moment, blah blah blah. And he was like, yeah, and like most people would be like, oh, that sounds brilliant. He was like, that's amazing, man. Like, that's cool, but I really want to give you some money. How do I give you some money? And like, he was really insistent on that, and like, it kept like, it was like. Yeah, so like people just really want to support you if they like you, and
I think he's going to want something for that.
Oh mate, I've already looked right.
Yeah.
No,
he's going to want like a private cam.
Mate, on my Patreon, you can pay if you pay. I think it's like $100,000 a month. I will suck you off. It's on my Patreon.
Is it on your Patreon?
It's on my Patreon. Yeah. Like, if you sign up to that tier, I will suck you off. Like.
Nice. How many months?
How many months, mate? Well, like it kicks in after the first month. I'll blow you for for $100,000.
Well, we should get the whole circuit to all chip in and get into suck off Nick.
Whip round.
Oh, no one's got $100,000 right now, mate. I'll be fucking fine, thank you.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I think that'd be good. Yeah. I think that'd be an online hit as well.
Yeah, I'm sure the video gets some views.
I think it'd be pretty viral. I reckon they would allow it on the Pro Comedy Gigs page right, before they take it down.
I'd message the admins first and make sure it was cool. Yeah,
man. That's funny, man. So I was thinking of starting a Patreon and that.
Yeah,
I think we were.
I don't make anything of any value.
Well, that is an important part of it. Like, like it's like the way I think it works on the internet, for me anyway, the way I go at it is you make loads of things and then people want to give you stuff, right? Nice. And like, or they want to support you and help you make more things is the thing. Because they get value out of what you're doing. So the people who are on my Patreon or have donated, they're people who have loved my special or have been watching these every day or have been watching my Twitch streams and getting something out of it. And they just want to sort of pay back. So yeah, I think the making stuff is really important, to be honest with you, mate. Oh. Otherwise, it's just it feels a bit like, can I just have some money? And it's
no, I do, mate. I mean, yeah, that's the problem because I do these little 1-minute videos, videos, Yeah,
and they're good, man.
You're very kind enough to retweet. I remember that.
Because you're funny. Like I wouldn't do it if you weren't funny, man. Like I never retweet Raul. No, I do. He's great, man. He's fucking brilliant. I'm teasing.
Would you because I'm posting one every day at the moment on Instagram. Hashtag bite-sized banter, guys. Very important that you.
Yeah, you can reminisce of what it was like when you were in rooms together.
Like, but it's like so with that I'm doing like a video every 2 days, and like, is that worth Patreoning? It's like for a minute-long video.
People will tell you, man. Like, you can put it there.
Well, I don't want them to think I'm a cunt for doing it.
No one will think you're a cunt. Just leave it there. Just look like.
I've got mine, mate. I've got 4 donors. I've put a few stand-up clips out. Yeah. But they know I've got stuff coming. I've got loads of different plans and shit. Do you know what I mean?
And like, I think there's a difference.
I'm not going to do it unless I think there's an immediate financial reward like that. I'll never get up off my arse unless I know that is there, and that at the very least, even if I put stuff out and nobody signs up, I've at least fucking tried.
Yeah, there's that totally, man, totally, and like no one's going to be annoyed that it's there. Like, you know, it's different when you know, if you like start your video with, "Hey, I'm Jay. Here's my Patreon. Give me some money." People are going to be like, "Skip this shit." But if you do the whole thing and at the end you just go, "And if you want to support me, my Patreon's below." Right? Nice, no one's going to be angry about that. Like, no one's going to. If anyone is like that cunt, then you don't want them as a fan. Right, you don't want that person. Like, fuck them off. Like,
I don't know, because I'm like as bitter as they are. So maybe they're the
think about it.
I need to be.
Maybe they're like your soulmate, or just
the sort of people I'll put off by asking for money.
Yeah,
think about it this way.
Do you really want your fans to be like you?
Oh yeah, man. I want just a room full of me's in the room. It'd be fucking awesome.
Think about it this way, Jay. Right? It's essentially the bucket collection thing at Edinburgh, but you're not blocking the doorway.
Yeah.
So they're even less guilt tripped to give you money.
Exactly.
So if you can do the bucket thing, you can put out a Patreon.
I literally
on
on
my website, I've got a little donate button for PayPal, and that's getting money.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Patreon, what's cool is you get a monthly income.
Exactly, and people support you long term, and like I think it's fucking amazing that anyone does that, and like it really does. That's a really helpful thing to do, and that's the thing that's nice about it as well. Is it's someone going, "I want you to succeed." You know, it's like someone sort of buying a stake in you almost.
Yeah.
As I say, I've only got 4 Patreons, but the sheer idea that 4 people are willing to commit to me like that and watch me and do whatever, like let me do whatever I want with my art, that pushes me on and inspires me enough to actually fucking make the thing in the first place.
Exactly, and they represent freedom eventually, because like basically what happens is if you get enough people like that, that's your career, and you are just then the only person you are beholden to are yourself and your fans, and they are people who love you and want to see you do what you want to do. So when people are like, oh, you know, don't say mad shit on a podcast because you might not get a TV show. Why would I want that fucking TV show? I want to say mad shit on my podcast to get people who enjoy me saying mad shit to become fans so that I can carry on saying mad shit. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You can, coming back to the original premise, Jay, you get an audience full of yous.
An audience full of me's?
Yeah.
But that's what I worry about, though, in some way. I was, you know, it's a tongue-in-cheek thing. I wouldn't actually want that.
No one would. No one
I
would.
maybe not necessarily.
Fuck that shit. I make art just for me.
I just like shower me with compliments or whatever. Don't know what they do. Probably criticize me. But like, so I do think there's the thing with the internet where it kind of, you know, filter bubbles you into kind of getting what you want. And then you get, because what I love about comedy is making like a really dodgy joke work in front of everyone that kind of makes people laugh in spite of themselves. But you can kind of go down this other route where if everyone just likes you, like already, then you can end up doing kind of like
new people are finding you all the time, man.
What's that?
New people are finding you all the time online. Like you're constantly in front of new people who've got no context for you. Like, you know, you've got constantly. I've got people like all the time in Iran watching my videos.
You can't doubt when you look at like the comment section on like certain right-wing lunatics YouTube.
Sure.
Kind of fucking. They've sucked in like all this fucking concentrated.
You can be aware of that, but
fucking sort of
you create your own internet. Like you create your own thing. So like if you want it to be a place where people who have different like you sort of like your area of the internet, if you want it to be a place where people have different opinions and fuck around with each other, that is what will happen. Right, that's what like my comment sections are like. That's what like, the chats on like my streams are like. People are nice. They take the piss. It's fun, right?
That must be such an indictment. Like if you're looking at, because I don't have enough of an online following to really have any engagement with anyone, but like to look at your own comment stream and go, "Fuck, this is." Yeah, it's like a fingerprint of you.
There's sound people in, man. Like there's just people who love comedy. It's sick. Like I love them.
It's the best.
And like that little core of people is like it's sick, and like that's what builds you, and that's what makes you know you're going in the right direction. Because like I don't have mad numbers, like you know I don't have mad numbers at all, but the passion of the people who do know about me and like support me, combined with like the rate of growth, tells me I'm doing it right. So like you know that's why on my own now, fired my agent. Here we fucking go. Like,
you fired your agent, Rob?
Well, we mutually agreed he was fired. So yeah, like you know, look, I've not really got anything bad to say about the guy. He's a real worker. He really fucking tries, and he's really good at live booking. He just doesn't really. For me, he didn't understand my internet career in the way I need, right? Because like, my career is as much online as it is in the clubs now. So I need to, and that's the direction that will carry everything else. So yeah, I needed management that would know that, and like I'm all right doing it myself. So just I'll save that money. And like,
does it lend itself to management like the internet? Because it seems to me it's like unless you've got maybe a collaborator more than a manager.
Yeah, like, but I think like you know there are uses to like agents and managers online in terms of like security, like getting you those sort of deals with different companies, or like you know negotiating if you're working on content for a different company. Most of it I can just do myself though. Like if I want to contact someone to work with them, I could just DM them. It doesn't matter who it is. Like literally anyone. That's what the internet does for creatives. Like. I've been holding back on it because like I don't know, you get that little bit of like shyness where you're like, oh, who am I to do it? But I think I'm going to start taking some swings at some big names to get on this show because no one's doing out, and like everyone I ask literally everyone I ask is like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm not doing anything else that sounds fun.
I haven't watched it yet, but Pope Lonergan is a new act.
Yeah, I've had him on here. Yeah,
he's hard on his fucking. But you were on it as well, isn't it?
I went on his stream. Yeah, with Ari Shafir.
He's hard on it.
Yeah, Eddie is hard on a different one. Yeah, and like,
what the fuck? That's nuts. He hasn't even done the comedian's comedian yet.
Yeah. That's it, man. It's like you can just because everyone's fucking bored, isn't it?
How do you get Eddie Izzard on? And how do you get Ari Shafir on?
I think he met Ari at Edinburgh, so and Ari like just likes comics, innit? Like not a fan of basketball players.
Some would say not a fan of rapists, but let's not get into that.
Well, yeah, man. Like, I ain't got enough evidence on that to come down either side. What I will say is there's new episodes out of the Jordan documentary, and I am very excited to watch that today. Have you been watching that?
No.
Oh, on Netflix, there's been week by week, they're doing these like Michael Jordan documentaries. What's it called? I think it's called A Star Is Born. Is that the name of it? I don't know. I can't remember. It's fucking sick, though. They're really good.
The last... It's not just about Jordan, though. It's about that whole Bulls team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Dennis Rodman's in it, and Dennis Rodman, like, you want to see what happened backstage with him. He's just fucking hilarious. This motherfucker was WCW champion, fucking part of like the best NBA team in history, and is best friends with Kim Jong-un.
Exactly,
like,
man.
This guy has led a life. He was
Madonna.
Kanye before Kanye.
He's shagged
Someone
Madonna.
Ask him if he's really...
Shag Madonna.
Yeah, with his dick ring.
And his bright pink hair.
Unreal,
And did he shag Jim Jeffries' ex?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Jim Jeffries has got a bit about that. But I think Dennis Rodman's a fucking amazing character, man. Like, what a fucking pioneer. Like,
Have you seen the Vice story about how he broke his dick?
No.
It's quite funny.
I imagine.
I'll never do it justice here.
Oh, man. Like, that is something I live in fear of, like, breaking my dick. That sounds horrific. I've done my banjo, but I've never, like, broken my dick.
How would you break it?
Well, like, apparently, if you, like... so like say they're on top, right, and they go up a bit too far, and it comes back. They sort of come back. You come out, and then they hit. You sort of hit the pubis rather than going in again. You sort of go like doink on the end. You must have had that happen.
Well, no, my girlfriend's legs aren't long enough to go up too far. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you can bang it pretty bad, can't you?
Yeah, I think that's how you do it. I think that's how you break it.
Yeah, and it just snaps or something.
I think it sort of goes like dunk. Yeah, like Sort of.
I bet you like could Google that. Like, if you were Joe Rogan, you could fucking get pull up, Jamie, so we can observe.
I could definitely do a share screen, but YouTube will not be okay with that.
Do you have like content? Because like I was wondering about, because it's all children on the internet, isn't it? And like, do you try and modify your like swearing or whatever?
No, like like the whole point of the internet is you can say what the fuck you want. Like,
yeah.
But like, if that's why I don't do TikTok, because you have to.
Yeah, is TikTok more like?
And they ban loads of shit, and it's not even just like swearing. It's about certain types of content, like anything about drugs they'll ban. Anything about like there's too much about sex they ban. So like, what the fuck of my stand up can I put up there? So like, I like YouTube and Twitter, where just YouTube and Twitter are like, can you try and not be Nazis? But if you are, fine. But
it's really demonetized if you're like swearing. And I heard it's not politically correct on YouTube. It's really hard to monetize.
Yeah, but
like, the monetizing thing is it's not even like you don't really make the money from adverts anymore, do you?
And I don't monetize anyway, and I don't know if I'm going to like have adverts on my shit because like, I just don't like having adverts. And like I think if you're really big, you can make a lot of money out of it. But like I don't know, like I think if I get big enough that I could make a lot of money out of it, I'm sure I can make more by touring. I don't know, like I'll see how I go on that. I'm not holding myself to that, but like
I love it when a comedian's ego just flips inside out and you can see their 5-year plan in front of you.
Mate, my 5-year plan is world domination. No, like I don't have a 5-year plan. I don't have a 5-week plan. I just go. I know what I'm going forwards towards, and I don't know how long it'll take.
Mine was your 5-year plan, Rob. Got memory now.
Man, like there
I
is.
know what you mean, though. Yeah, like it's just enjoy it. I think whenever I meet comedians who are pissed off, it's typically because they're not enjoying just being a comedian.
Yeah, man. Like,
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
that's the main thing, isn't it? Like
It's
you
so
know what I
easy
mean?
to be chasing something and not realize what you've fucking got now.
Oh, dude,
Like,
it's the best life.
Very Buddhist in essence, this conversation.
Guess what I
yeah.
was thinking the other day? Like I was thinking, oh man, I'm going to be sad after lockdown because I won't be able to sit around doing what I want all day. And then I thought, oh wait, yes I will, because I'm a comedian.
Do you know why lockdown's been really good for me in that sense?
What was
Because
that?
for ages I've wished for something like this, perhaps without the fucking death rate.
Oh,
But like
mate,
I wish for something where like I wish the world would just stop,
Mhm.
so I catch up on everything I need to catch up on.
Yeah.
And I'm here and I'm like, do you know what? I'm never gonna catch up on this shit. This is life. It's an ongoing, it's an ongoing process. Like
Yeah.
I'm never. Sometimes like this to-do list will always never be empty.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You're never finished.
Like,
Don't you think though that we needed a rest? We've all been going.
I'm just gonna have to accept that.
Like we've all been going like 9-10 years, or Rob's been.
Yeah.
About like 8-9 years. Yeah.
And like so like I was thinking like I've been wanting to take a year off Edinburgh,
Mhm.
but I'm worried about losing my room and like
Mhm.
losing the sheer experience of a month up there, how much better you get, all that sort of shit. But I think I needed it for like my spirit, like just a bit of a breather.
Yeah, I did need a rest, man.
It's nice.
Same,
Man.
but one thing that annoys me about missing Edinburgh this year is just like if I wanted to miss Edinburgh, I want to do it on my terms. Like I wanted to enjoy all the things that I used to do before Edinburgh existed, like go to Notting Hill Carnival, go on fucking summer holidays, not spend the entire summer when the sun's out anxious about the fact I'm sat in the garden drinking a beer with me top off. Like I want to be able to enjoy those moments. And like I can still a little bit, but when you can't go on holiday, like I was meant to go on a stag do just before Edinburgh, that's cancelled now probably. Like I can't quite enjoy the month of August the way I'd like to.
Yeah. I know what you mean, but yeah, I think for me, I needed it to be someone else's decision.
Yeah, like you would have gone every year forever, innit? And I think I kind of did as well.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I love Edinburgh and it's great, but I think this is actually giving me quite a bit of clarity on it, and I don't think I will ever do a full run again.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, like I'm not in its current form. Like I'm hoping the festival will die back a bit, and I'm hoping this will be part of it. And and I hope a few of the old institutions don't come back from this, which is why I'm not part of that live comedy society, because there's plenty of groups in there that I hope don't survive. So like basically, I don't need to be there for a month. I'm not like I like it, but a month is too much. And like I will go and do a week and experience the festival and have fun, and then just do the rest of my tour and not have to spend thousands and not it be the focus of my year and not have all of my artistic life revolve around every August just because other people say so. So like I want to release a special every 18 months feels about right for me. I don't want to do one every year.
I've done that in certain senses where I've gone back to Edinburgh, I think twice now with the same show.
I don't want to do that though. Like it just
I don't mind because it's like for me, I'm still working on it, and for me, it's a longer process. But for me, I just like Edinburgh. For me, I make good money, and it's a fucking carnival atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly. I think I enjoy Edinburgh because I don't give a fuck about the awardee side of it and
totally. Like I was I'm well out of all that, and like I totally agree with you, and there's a lot to be fun about it, but it's just I felt for a long time like I feel like I'm fighting hard to change a thing that would be better changed by us just not by people like me just not going for a bit.
Well, I don't know if because I don't ever feel like it needs to change because my show goes well. Like that's how egocentric a comedian is. It's like, oh, how was Edinburgh? Well, my show was great. So
yeah, I had a sick time last time as well. And like I was.
So I kind of see it like, all that shit will go on. Like, but I really love. Like, you got a nice room,
sick room.
Blah, blah, blah. Like, I fucking love it, man. Like, it's just such a pleasure to do. And like, if I made the decision not to go, I think I'd spend all the time instead of worrying about Edinburgh, I'd be worrying about the decision to not go.
Yeah.
Whereas in this context, it's like I can't go. I can't. There's so much I can't do. Like, and it's nice. I like having because when you're self-employed,
there's no FOMO, is there?
Like, Well, it's fucking, as a self-employed person, the burden of it is like complete responsibility over your life. Like, when people don't understand how much control over our lives we have, it's appalling. Like, you know, and like that's a burden in as much as it is a blessing,
Yeah.
you know. And like having this time off to just fucking play computer games, man. Fuck. And I'm doing writing and that, but I'm not writing with a sense of Edinburgh in my head. I'm just writing whatever fancy writing.
It's good,
Right.
man.
And it's a nice. I'm enjoying it as a moment, but I'm also really looking forward to getting back on stage and all that shit as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's really important, man, and like taking it for that, and like that's the thing I didn't do at first that I'm trying to do a bit more. I slammed into lockdown like at 100 miles an hour because my sort of stress response is like do more. So I started off like I was doing 3 podcasts and videos as well as 6 episodes of this. And streaming every day was what I was doing. So I was doing like 14, 16-hour days just sat in my office here, and it was horrible, and I was burning out. So like now I've wound it way down, and I'm just not putting any pressure on myself. And if something doesn't come out on a day, it doesn't fucking come out. Like, you know, there's loads of shit for you to watch, right? No one can look at what I'm doing and go, he's not doing enough shit. So like I'm just trying to tell myself that, because like I hold myself to a way ridiculous standard that, you know, no one else would, and I wouldn't with mates. And I keep sending texts to mates who are like stressed and like, I don't think I'm doing enough. I'm like, dude, just chill. Like, the world's locked down. Take some time to just chill. It doesn't matter if a video doesn't come out. No one's gonna even notice. Like 3 people, you know, like
even if you spent the whole of lockdown just chilling out and relaxing, that I reckon would be good for your comedy. Like, even if you just do that, if you can come out of this kind of thing a bit more relaxed, like my brain feels good. Like, I've done a few things. Weirdly, I did this just before lockdown. I got a fucking feed blocker for Facebook. Mate, it's the fucking best thing in the world. Like, you just don't see the newsfeed and stuff like that. So I'm like I'm like out at the moment.
yeah.
I'm not even genius
up to date with all the fucking, you know, who's annoyed with who.
Yeah, so
what is going on, and like I can feel my brain decompressing from the whole thing.
Yeah, like my plan with like social media is definitely like not good for you, especially like to the extent that I am on it, because like I have to be. It's my whole fucking life and job. So like my genuine plan is I want for the next couple of years to use social media so aggressively and so hard and do so much that in a couple of years I can afford to pay, maybe even not a couple of years, as soon as I fucking can, I want to be able to just pay someone to do all my social media for me and just delete the apps. And basically I want someone that I can text, hey mate, can you tweet this for me? And text them a tweet. They put it on Twitter, and then I never see anything else.
Also then, like, about 20 minutes later, text them and go, hey mate, can you check how many retweets I got on my tweet, please?
No, like I might have to, that's the problem. I would have to tell them like I'm not allowed to check
just
up.
Just do that 10 minutes ago. You do know if you had to
Mate,
do
I'm awful for that
behavior through a person, you would so quickly realize how unhealthy it is.
That's it. That's I think that detachment would help. Mate, the amount
I likes on my Instagram post, please. Like, why,
mate?
Like, it's nuts.
Worst thing I did was getting the YouTube analytics app on my phone, right? Because like when my special had a bit of a growth spurt of views, and like it got 3,000 views in a day. And
nice.
Like that day, I was just sat on my phone, just like. And like, but that's not helpful. That's not useful. That's not doing anything. That's just me, like, basically sat there, like, sucking myself off all day, and I just couldn't stop looking at
cool,
it.
Man. Take that win, man. Like, because it's nice.
Yeah. There is a bit of that. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I went the other way with my special.
I think it is useful.
What was that?
Yeah. Oh, I said I think it is useful.
Yeah.
You didn't sit there and look at that and sort of wallow in it a little bit. Well, not wallow, but like sort of fucking, I don't know, fucking bathe yourself in it. It wouldn't spur you on to continue throwing out and doing as much stuff as you are.
Maybe I needed that like win, definitely.
If you imagine, if you just fucking had like 7 views on everything, you'd either fucking have killed yourself by now, or you wouldn't be doing this podcast.
Yeah,
welcome
probably.
To my YouTube, fucking hell. I'm in the hundreds. God damn it.
Mate, we're on the hundreds. Like, that's fine. Like, most of my videos are like around there. Like, but you gotta think, like, people get because you see so many videos that have like millions online. Because if you're watching stuff like that all the time, because that's what's pushed to you. But you've got to just like build for the long term. The way I look at online stuff is I try not to I pay attention to how things do in terms of, are people watching this? Is there something I did wrong with maybe like the thumbnail or something that means people aren't looking at it? I look at it for that, but I'm not really asked about the numbers because the numbers will come. Right, like it doesn't really matter if 300 people watch a video, if 60 people watch it doesn't really matter. So I'm just sort of leaving things there for eventually when something bangs and blows up, people find all this other good stuff I've made. So and that then it's all there forever. So it's just like this library you've built.
So long as you're making stuff you like.
This is it.
It's worth it, isn't it?
This is what I'm doing with this podcast. Like, I'm not always getting people on who have any sort of profile. You two. But I just want to get people on who I think are funny and who I want to talk to because I think that'll stand the test of time better. I'm getting on my actual friends.
Successful. I'll be like, can I get back on the podcast? And you'd be like, I'm sorry, Jay, your numbers aren't really.
I mean, to be honest, your numbers aren't really good enough for my channel now. Like,
no, my numbers are poor. Like, I mean, my Instagram's all right. I got like 1,000 on there or whatever.
That's it, man. And the first ones are the hardest, and that isn't patronising our trait. It is just true. Online growth is exponential because as more people follow you, more people see it. So there's more people to share it. So there's more to like grow.
You just gotta hang in there, innit?
Yeah,
like,
and just
figuring stuff out.
Just if you're making funny stuff, just keep making it. Like,
I do. Like, I'm getting a video every 2 days out on Instagram.
That's great, man. That's great.
That's prodigious. About 30 videos behind on Facebook, so I'm posting.
Good, man.
Like, I've got 2 months worth of Facebook, so I'm just doing all that shit, which is kind of fun. It's nice because it reminds you of doing stand-up as well when I'm editing out the clips from Edinburgh and shit.
I did have one night where I had to stop.
That felt good.
I was editing a clip out of my special for like promo, and I had to just stop. Like just it made me too sad one night. Like most nights, it's it's good, but like one night I was like, so like, and that's the thing that might make me come back to Edinburgh. Is I love that room so much. Like,
oh, you've got to do it, man. You got to come back for the first one back after fucking COVID.
I might look. I'm undecided. Is how I would put it at the moment. Yeah. Like, I don't think I need the Edinburgh Fringe at all, but I do enjoy it. So,
do you not think you do though? Because like, so my thing with Edinburgh has always been, I think like American comedians are better than us because they do like the headliners do like an hour in the clubs.
Yeah, totally.
And in our culture, maybe you do half hour closing, but typically it's 20-25 everywhere, and you don't learn to be like a beast like a Dave Attell destroyer for an hour. And like Edinburgh is the only place where you fucking get to do what the Americans do for a month.
Yeah.
Like, and I may, unless you're touring or whatever, but even like a British tour, it's like you're doing your own crowd, whereas like an American touring club comic is doing an hour, but he's following three beasts or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're getting even better on top to close after, 3 good supports or whatever.
Yeah, like, totally.
I just think for Edinburgh, just to me, it's like that's the closest place I get to do the sort of stand-up I aspire to do. You know what I mean?
What do you say, Raul?
I was just pretty much going to sort of say the same thing. Like, you can't do that at Edinburgh. Like, we feel the need because we have some sort of dipping of a toe into like this artistic side and the awards and all that shit, that it's got to have a narrative and some fucking story. But like, you can't do it. Like last year, the funnest show I've ever done at Edinburgh was last year when I did Raul Kohli's Greatest Hits. Yeah. And there was no fucking plan. I just did an hour of crowd work and just my best jokes from the club circuit. And that undoubtedly made me a better comedian than any of my previous Edinburgh shows.
Like,
that was my plan for this year, was for my late show to do exactly that, crowd work, and then any old shit that fits.
Yeah, I was going to do a crowd work hour, man. Yeah,
and
I had applied this year to do an hour of crowd work, and just do that every day, and that is something I can only do at Edinburgh. So that I do want to go do. And like my special was that I filmed it at Edinburgh in my room last year. Like, you know, I just did an hour of stand up. I didn't fuck about, and it was great. And like that hour did get tight as fuck. And like the only reason I think Edinburgh is useful to me, like, you know, and I don't think things have to be useful. This isn't necessarily denigrating Edinburgh. You know, it doesn't have to be useful. Just being great is enough for me. But the only reason I think it's like useful is to like run in a show. So like I don't give a fuck about turning up at Edinburgh with the finished show. I will turn up with a fucking funny show, but like it's always alive and it's always working. You know, it's always changing. So by the end of the festival, that show should be fucking shit on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like that's how I filmed my festival. Filmed it.
Americans get anywhere as good as Edinburgh.
Just for that final run in.
Yeah, because we get to do as well. Then I think it's really good, like, because you know Edinburgh audiences are slightly lower energy than like a Saturday night audience. So you learn, I think, at Edinburgh, this kind of like just a real. It's like lifting with or climbing with a fucking weight vest on or running with a weight vest.
Yeah.
So you get that extra difficulty level, and I know like every time I do Edinburgh, I have to tune myself back into what Edinburgh vibes are.
Yeah.
And you kind of build from there. And I think I just learned so much there, man. Like every time.
Definitely, it's been like I see it as like a boot camp for comedy, and like if you're a new comedian, there's nowhere better to be. Like I had huge lessons from Edinburgh, and like just doing a month where I would do like I did one Edinburgh. I did 133 shows in 27 days. Like, you know, that's gonna make you better, because I would go, you know, I would go do one show where I'm comparing a room at 12 p.m. and there's 7 Germans. Right now, I'm in front of 38 students. Now I'm in front of a load of people on a stag do. Now I'm in front of like people from this country, and you just in different rooms with different audiences all day. And it's just that is what you need to learn.
Shuffle, isn't it?
Yeah, and like you get just different vibes in every room. One room you'll go in and it'll be like, this is the dark, horrible, dirty shit, midnight drunk room. Those are the ones where I flourish.
Fat Penguin Late Show.
Oh
yes.
Like I've had some of the best nights of my life at the Fat Penguin Late Show at Edinburgh. I love it. Like, you know, I've been doing it for fucking years now, haven't I?
I love that show so much.
It's brilliant.
And I think that's the show that keeps me going back more than the solos. Because I love the solos, but the Late Show, it's like it's got its own little core of Edinburgh followers.
And like especially like my first full run at Edinburgh, it was like that was my community was sort of based around that show. You know, we'd all just meet up at that show and do it, and we'd all do massage jokes, and like, you know, we'd all hang out there, and it was great. Yeah.
Dude, can I put something on the record? Like, no hang is as good as the Banshee Labyrinth for late night drinking.
Yeah.
All this fucking Brooks Bar, fucking Abattoir, fucking Loft Bar bollocks.
Nah.
I like Counting House Courtyard.
Counting House Courtyard's good.
Because you can smoke weed in it.
Yeah.
Roll up joints at the back of that. Nobody sees a thing.
Man. I'm out there with my pipe.
Speaking of the Counting House, can I take this opportunity to publicly apologise to you for smoking the vapor?
Wasn't my show.
It was my show.
Kicked out of your show.
It was my show.
It was your show as well, but I don't want to apologise to you. I just because the reason I don't want to apologise to Rob is because him and Sam Gore had the most fun fucking show on the fucking, you know, on the stage out in the courtyard where they dragged their whole audience.
It was amazing, man.
They did all that, and then Rob was buzzing for like 2 hours afterwards. It was the greatest moment of my life. And then I spotted you on your fucking crutches. And I said, "How's it going, Raul?" And it was like, "Oh, I just had to leave my show because someone set off the fire alarm." You looked all sad.
I had to go down 3 flights of stairs from that fucking loft in the Counting House, didn't I? On my fucking crutches.
Yeah, this is when Raul and you'd have broken your ankle or some shit, hadn't you?
Yeah, I did Richard Herring's Leicester Square podcast in York, and I was so buzzing about the fact that I'd actually managed to get on it because I was still am a nobody.
That's amazing.
That I got absolutely hammered through the day. And I remember, this was the fucking painful irony of it. I remember as I got off the train coming from Newcastle, it was Ladies' Day, and I was going through York, and I was looking at all the ladies in the stilettos, like slipping over on the cobbles. I was like, one of you fucking idiots is going to roll over on your ankle later, you fucking dumb bins. Fucking, I don't remember anything. The next day, there's a tennis ball in my ankle, and I can't walk. I'm like, how did this happen? You know, the worst thing about those crutches was, The amount of times I try to flyer the Counting House courtyard and I go up to some fucking middle group, because the second week I went down to one crutch because I was better. I go up to some fucking big group of middle class, fucking upper class students at Edinburgh University, sat around like, excuse me, guys. And before I could sell my show, they'd be like, sorry, mate, we've got no change.
To be fair, I saw Raul at that festival.
Haircut and this beard.
Yeah. No, it was even more raggedy than that. You were like looking crazy homeless that festival. I've got to say.
3 shows a day. And I was like, there were 12-hour days, so I just wasn't sleeping either, and I was getting fucking hammered every night.
You were just like this ghost with an aura of booze, like. Like, you know, me too, don't get me wrong, like, I wasn't, like, clean living through these festivals. Like, I have to say, the Edinburgh Festival is responsible for the greatest times of my life. Like, there are 2 months I did at the Edinburgh Festival full runs where I was single, and they are the 2 greatest months of my life. Honestly, I watched the Motley Crue biopic, and there was a bit in it where they show a day in the life of Tommy Lee when he was in the band, and it finished, and I was like, if you replace those groupies with drama students, I have done that exact time whilst I was at the Edinburgh Festival. Like,
nice.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing. It'll be back. It's just, you know, I hope some of like the big companies that just leech it just die during this. You know, I hope the people involved are all right. I don't wish anyone any personal ill. But
can you imagine how much fucking money has been lost by some of these people?
Oh man, like, the Airbnb landlords.
I can't get my head round. Like, say you're just someone who rents out a shitty fucking student building for like the Fringe, like the Pleasance and all that. Like, the fucking scale of the money they're losing. Their whole fucking financial plan for every year is based on that fucking month.
Yeah.
For the whole, because people think, they're going to lose a lot of money over the month. But the whole of Edinburgh's economy is based on the money they make in that month.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just smiling too much at landlords losing money. But, you know, there are some people I care about who'll lose money as well.
Oh, yeah, but like literally the whole fucking city. But the landlords, because that's easy money for them, isn't it? It's like they're just like fucking...
They just print money. It's just like they just own shit so they get money. It's
What do they do now? Like, if you're an Edinburgh landlord, your bonus is fucked, isn't it? It's like, it's done.
Oh, mate, I'm so happy. Thank you for giving us a bit of good news. Because like, cry me a fucking river. Like, that is like, you know, someone who just pulling their dick out of my ass and complaining that, you know, it was a little bit too tight for them, actually. Like, they've been fucking me for years. I could not give a shit. Like, I said, Edinburgh landlords are going to lose money. Boo! Oh no, what next? Paedophiles are going to have a bad birthday party. Fuck off. Couldn't give a shit.
I reckon they're going to up the rents next year, though.
Well, if they do, I'm not going.
Fucking reimbursing, yeah.
This is what I'm talking about with why it needs to die back a bit, though. It's not the things that are beautiful about the festival. They'll never stop, hopefully. I don't think they can be stopped. It's the vultures around it. If they need reining in, because it can't continue otherwise, because then that will kill the festival. Because it. But
it's almost like the festival depends on the vultures, and the vultures depend on the festival, because it's like, if it didn't have all that nonsense, like that big PR bollocks and the awards and the fucking this, that, and the other, then you wouldn't get that thing where there's so many people in the city that a fucking open micer can do a decent poster and get 40 people to come to a show every day. Like, because it's just that, it's the fact that it's so bloated and fucking ridiculous that means, like, I remember my first solo
in a way, but it's
open micer, and I fucking filled the room every day.
Yeah, you can do if you've got hustle and a good flyer.
And it's nuts. But I don't think you could do that with if it's scaled back. It would kind of, you'd lose that.
I'm not talking about scaling back. I'm talking about financially scaling back, right? Like, and maybe in terms of scaling back a lot. I'm obviously not talking about. I'm hoping fewer people go. I'm hoping more people are able to go because they can afford it. Because it's so expensive. Like, you must have noticed it last year. It was noticeably quieter because it's so crazy expensive.
Not my show, mate.
On the streets, mate. Inside Opium 720 when this boy's on. Fucking Ramo, lads. Yeah. Call the fire department. This can't be safe.
I thought best fringe yet.
Mate, I had my best fringe yet, but most people had a shit one.
Rammed every night, stormed it every night.
I had my best fringe yet, but numbers have been getting noticeably smaller. I think
just on the streets. On the streets, you can feel it. Cowgate is not as rammed in the day. It's just not.
Yeah, but I also think it's a bit of to and fro as well, because like on certain senses, like the first the first year I did the Fringe, I applied. I'd done like 10 gigs, and I managed to get the bus at 10:30 p.m. in the Three Sisters, like off of no CV. But like 3 years later, when I had a bit of a CV, I got like 6 dates and no more. I couldn't get a full run in the counting house. But that year, you had like people like Ari Shafir and shit like applying. So there is like a fucking equilibrium.
I was thinking the Free Fringe eventually would probably have more famous acts on it than non-famous, because it's like, I remember, was it fucking that big fuck off room in the liquid rooms, the fucking warehouse? It's like 400 seats. If you're famous doing that every day with a bucket, you know,
that's how you make money at the Fringe.
Spend all the money on the fucking, and it's a great room. Like, why would you shit all your money up the wall in the fucking Pleasance? But I know
because people are dumb. Because people are dumb, and they're stuck in the old ways, and they still want to do the old method. They think that the way you get success in comedy is still to go and get drunk in Brooks Bar and suck off a TV producer, or grease them in with a PR into coming into your show and giving you a review, so you end up on a fucking panel show that no cunt watches, and it goes nowhere anymore. Like, it's just unnecessary. There's all those steps are so unnecessary now. You just make all the steps are now is make some shit, give it to people. That's it. You know, like, you just don't need all that fucking like industry bullshit that I've always hated, and I'm fucking delighted to watch it crumble.
For a lad who literally just a fucking hour ago said he would suck off somebody for paying him $100,000 a month, like, some of those TV producers could get you that sort of fee.
Well, if they can, we'll fucking talk.
One fee. Sorry. Huh? I thought we haggled Rob down to a one-off payment of $100,000, not even a monthly.
Like, I'll leave it as
for a one-off payment of $20,000.
It depends who it was.
That's meant to be the FIFA Live at Apollo, but I don't know who produces that, and I don't know what
I think it's gone down as well.
It's 17,000, I think.
Oh, has it?
Well, you 17? Get more if you host it.
Mate, I'd suck off a goat for $17,000.
I haven't really got anything to spend money on at the moment, like, so I'll probably be less likely to. Like, I think at the moment, like, I'm not as vulnerable as usual to offers of, you know, filleting for cash. So.
Yeah, you'd have done it for a couple of pints 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, yeah, if you caught me in my drinking days, like, you might have just got it for free if I'd had the wrong concoction that evening. Like, I was fucking all over the place. But, you know, all better now. I'm clean living and all that shit. But you know what, like, lads, I think we should just about wrap this up, because it's nearly 6. We've done ages. This has been great. I've really enjoyed speaking to you. Hour and a half, bit more than that.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's beauty. Like, I've really enjoyed it, lads, and come back on. It's been great having you. Before we go, though, like, we'll go around, tell people about yourself, where they can watch you, you know, anything you want to plug. If you want to say any crazy shit, go for it. But I'll start with you, Jay.
Right, so you can go to my website, jhandley.com. On that, there is an entire show I did called White Jesus, which is good. You should watch that.
How did you come up with the title, Jay?
What's that?
How did you come up with the title?
So I started doing gigs on the urban circuit a few years ago, and the first one I did, it was you know, Junior Booker.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
his show in Brixton, and I had a really good gig, and it was cool. I was like chatting to people afterwards, and then this girl just went, "Hey, White Jesus, can I get you a drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, sound, of course you can, cool." And then she just kept calling me White Jesus, so I thought I'll take that and make a show title out of it.
I was joking, because it's really obvious where it come from, because you look like it.
I was earnest.
Really hard to get nuance on fucking webcam.
I know, man. No, I was really. I was like, oh, there is a story. Fuck it, I'll just sit here and listen to it.
Story. Jesus Christ, man! I wouldn't just call myself that like some kind of supremacist. You've been doing jokes about looking like White Jesus forever, though. I did a White Jesus-y bit, but I never actively used the name or title.
Sure, you've never claimed to actually be Jesus. I want to make that clear. That's fine.
That's not true. I have to tell people I'm not. I have to insist on it.
So carry on anyway. So that's on your website.
So on our website there, jhandley.com. And also I'm on Instagram, do a video every 2 days, like bite-sized banter, which is just me doing crowd work. And that's about it, really, I guess. Yeah, check me out.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and do, like, they're funny, man. So, yeah, and do come back on. That'll be great. And, yeah, Raul, tell them about yourself, mate.
You can go on my website, www.raulkohli.com, raulkohli.com, or my YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. It's the same. It's at Raul Kohli Comic. On YouTube, I've got loads of stand-up videos. I'm going to be producing a video soon. I'm just getting the animation done. My friend's doing it, about why the moral implications of Saudi Arabia taking over Newcastle United. I've got a series coming out called Geordie Law, my special from 2018, All My Heroes Are Dead in Jail or Touched Up Your Nan, which if you like that sort of social commentary stuff, it's a stand-up special about that. It was award nominated. And I got a podcast on BBC Sounds called Comic Sanskrit, which is about Hinduism.
There you go. Loads of ways to check you out, man. That's awesome. Good stuff. Like, well rattled through. Like, well remembered. I've had to write all the things I do down on a board in front of me for when I do the end of episodes. So
like, you got fucking 7 bong hits a stream, mate. I've had half a suit.
Mate, like, my consumption has been through the fucking roof during lockdown.
Nothing to do.
It's lockdown rules, man. If I want to have one with breakfast, I'm doing it. Like,
and also, it's been 420 for like the entire month, hasn't it?
Exactly, mate. And like, actual 420 was dog shit because I was locked inside. It just made me sad. So, like,
how gotten is it? Was so buzzing for this month for like an eternity.
I know, man.
It's the only year it was possible.
And like, I also forgot it was for actual 420 when I was booking this show. So I booked 3 people who don't smoke weed, and then I and then I forgot to smoke on the minute because I was talking to them. So like, I fucked it, absolutely fucked it. Which, you know, I think is in some ways in honor of the festival. That you know. But if you have enjoyed this and you've been watching it, if you've got somebody still, you're still working, then donate some money to the Trussell Trust. There's been a little tracker going across the bottom, but there's a link underneath this video if you want to sling them some money. That would be really appreciated. They're doing great work giving meals to people who desperately need them at the moment. So please do that. If you want to watch some stand-up comedy, my stand-up special, Too Big to Fail, a link will be popping up in a second. You can watch that. It's very funny indeed. Nearly at 25,000 views, so give that a watch so I can get over that arbitrary milestone so I can do a tweet about it. And I'm on Twitch occasionally when I can be asked. If you listening to this as a podcast, give it a 5-star review, share it about. Check out my other podcast, Rob Mulholland Has an Opinion, also available on YouTube as videos. My website is robcomedy.co.uk. You can sign up to my mailing list there to find out everything about me on there. Follow me on social media. Fuck me, I'm bored of saying all that shit. But I'll be back again tomorrow. Who have I got tomorrow? I can't remember. I haven't written it down on my board, but it'll be funny, I promise you. But in the meantime, this has been awesome. Lovely to see you guys, and we'll chat again soon. In the meantime, this has been Livin La Vida Lockdown. See you later. Goodbye.
That's one.